ManThing, origin explored. The Marvel Universe has no dearth of weird and bizarre creatures of all shapes and sizes. One of these creatures is ManThing, and the name quite practically describes it. It is a man turned into a thing. However, where did it come from and what is its story? Stan Lee and then editor at Marvel, Roy Thomas, had a talk about ManThing, and once the details were ironed out, Thomas passed the scripting responsibilities over to Gerry Conway. ManThing is frequently dismissed as just Marvel's Swamp Thing, yet the character and his history are far more complex. ManThing has been a part of Marvel Comics for over 50 years. Despite this, the character has long been overshadowed by DC's Swamp Thing, prompting some to refer to ManThing as Marvel's Swamp Thing. While there are some similarities between the two, both are swamp monsters who used to be human, there are also some intriguing variances. What's more intriguing is that they both debuted within months of one another, with ManThing first appearing in Savage Tales #1 in May 1971, and Swamp Thing following 2 months later in House of Secrets #92. In this video, we'll take a look at ManThing as a standalone Marvel creation and hopefully be able to take it out from Swamp Thing's shadow, giving it the attention that it truly deserves. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means the world. Thank you, and let's begin. ManThing, tragic origin. ManThing is perhaps one of the less well-known characters in Marvel's vast library. When he does appear in a book, it's usually to stand around and intimidate the reader. This book is essentially a gorier, more vulgar retelling of the genesis of ManThing's narrative, which we'll look at today for a glimpse into ManThing's terrible beginnings. From man to thing. In the first issue of the series, we see that Todd Salas is a Florida resident who lives in Citrusville, or at the very least, he did while he was human. Ted is a well-known biologist and chemist who is working on a formula for Uncle Sam called Operation Rebirth. He was attempting to duplicate the super soldier serum that gave birth to Captain America. Counter agents, on the other hand, are hell-bent on stealing Ted Salas's formula, raising the stakes in the weapons race. We are introduced to Ted's girlfriend, a gorgeous but slippery woman named Ellen Brandt, who is also his lab assistant turned fiance. It turns out that Ted and Ellen are about to be married as soon as his research is over, and he will be able to live a peaceful life. However, that was simply not meant to be, as the night before, he was about to turn in his research when it all went wrong. He heard bizarre guttural noises at night and went to check them out. He walks in to see his partner Eric performing human experiments using the discarded samples of the serum and watches the mutants in horror, not knowing that he would also become one of them. However, it turns out that Eric works for AIM, which stands for Advanced Idea Mechanics, who had wanted to steal the formula for the serum all this time. He knocks Eric unconscious and prepares to run away with all his research to Washington. But to his surprise, his fiance also turns out to be an AIM agent, and she holds him at gunpoint. He makes a break for escape and jumps out of a window. However, Ellen shoots him right through his chest, dealing a fatal blow. After being shot and left for dead, Ted heads into the swamps with his test tubes filled with the formula. He descends to the bottom of the swamps, taking all of his hard work and years of testing with him. However, the teeming marsh waters lapped up the much coveted formula along with the bleeding Salas to help form a monster. His formula and the swamp waters combine to produce something mindless, unclean, and an unspeakable monster, the ManThing. The rest of the issue shows how the ManThing comes back for revenge against Ellen and Eric. He kills Eric and deforms Ellen's face so that she suffers for the rest of her life. The end of this issue asks some important questions, the main one being, what makes a monster? Interestingly, this origin story is strikingly similar to Swamp Thing's, but where the two split is in the aftermath. Swamp Thing kept Alec Holland's memories and experiences after his transformation. Salas had no such luck, and during his change most of his humanity was obliterated, leaving him with just vague memories of his time as a human. ManThing does not speak in the usual sense, yet he has spoken in various representations. The nexus of all realities, a portal to other worlds, is the source of the magical forces that gave life to ManThing in the swamp. ManThing became the keeper of the nexus after his change, which often put him in confrontation with numerous scary extra-dimensional monsters, giving the comic a horror undertone. The lore of ManThing. The rest of the 3 issues in the series chronicle the adventures of the ManThing. As the story progresses, we come across a variety of evil that is out to cause trouble for lovely folks who appear to be camping or are found in the bug-infested marshes. The ManThing, now the keeper of the marshes, patrols the Citrusville, Florida swamps and has the power to burn human flesh if it is unworthy. However, if you have a good attitude and a pure heart, you will not be burned. That is how the legends of this mud monster goes.
My butt!
What makes ManThing practically invincible? ManThing is virtually unstoppable. He can be killed, but as long as there is foliage around, he regenerates his body, similar to a healing factor. He possesses superhuman strength because he is often depicted demonstrating various degrees of strength, but it is uncertain how strong he is. Through Nexus points, ManThing may also teleport to different parts of the world in a sense. The ManThing can't be killed, and he's gone through a lot. He's had his arms severed, been blasted by Celestials, and been split in half by Ares, the god of war. He has the ability to breathe underwater. He also has the ability to ooze past objects, such as bars, and he does not require power to break free. He can easily walk right through the bars. The last of his abilities is the ability to perceive emotions. Joy, courage, love, and so on make him feel calm and reserved. Instilling favorable thoughts in him is the right way to go. Hatred, rage, and fear are all negative emotions that hurt him and make him go crazy. As a result, he secretes an ooze capable of burning practically everything, even Luke Cage's skin. He also secretes a substance that acts as an anti-venom against the burning ooze. ManThing can also command the nexus of all realities and use its limitless cosmic power against his foes, making him even more lethal when he's enraged. ManThing is also a formidable opponent with regards to pure physical strength. In Incredible Hulk number 197, he battled the Hulk and even sent the Green Goliath flying. ManThing has also faced off against the Thing in Marvel 2-in-1 number 1, as well as the entire Marvel Champions team, who were eventually defeated in Marvel Champions number 23, An Adventure into Fear. ManThing is claimed to be capable of lifting 1,000 pounds. ManThing is shown at a greater level of ability in Fear itself. As fear spreads across the planet, ManThing's power grows, first freeing him from his connection to the nexus of all realities and enabling him to teleport wherever he wants at will, and later allowing him to modify reality on a very detailed scale, which include selectively turning individuals into alternate reality equivalents of themselves. ManThing is also one of the only characters who has been revealed to be resistant to the Marvel Zombies epidemic. Many of these abilities are shared by Swamp Thing and ManThing, but ManThing lacks Swamp Thing's power to control and manipulate plant life. ManThing's powers are likewise strongly dependent on the swamp, thus he must remain there to maintain them.
That, child, is the ManThing.
Insane versions of ManThing in various forms of media. Being a bizarre creature to grace the pages of Marvel Comics, ManThing has also appeared in other forms of media. He has appeared in a couple of movies. The ManThing appears in the 2006 American monster film ManThing, played by Conan Stevens. The ManThing is also voiced by John Olsen in Hulk, Where the Monsters Dwell. This variant is a Howling Commandos member. He has also had multiple television appearances. The ManThing is voiced by Dave Boa in the episode This Man-Thing, This Monster of the Superhero Squad show, in which he teams up with a werewolf by night and a dimensionally displaced Iron Man to save the former's girlfriend, Ellen, from Dracula. The ManThing then appears in the episodes Blade and the Howling Commandos of the Ultimate Spider-Man series. He also features in the Hulk and the Agents of Smash episode Hulking Commandos from the Hulk and the Agents of Smash series. In the film Guardians of the Galaxy, the ManThing makes an appearance during the episode Groot Rocket Man-Thing. In Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the ManThing makes a guest appearance in Jill Valentine's ending. In Marvel Avengers Academy, the ManThing was an unlockable playable character. In LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, the ManThing appears as a boss and a playable character that can be unlocked. He protects the nexus of all realities, which Kang the Conqueror needs to build Chronopolis, his interdimensional city. In a bonus assignment, the Man-Thing, Morbius the living vampire, and Nakantu the living mummy construct a parade float for the Hydra Empire's Red Skull honorary parade in order to dispel public dread of them. The Man-Thing is also a playable character in Marvel Contest of Champions that may be unlocked. Ted Sallis, Song for Ted Sallis, is another incredible representation of the Man-Thing. The Mountain Goats wrote and performed this song, which depicts the narrative of Ted Sallis' transformation into the Man-Thing. It was released on September 6, 2018, as the opening track on the Hex of Infinite Binding EP. Swamp Thing has loomed over Man-Thing for a long time. Man-Thing, on the other hand, has only had infrequent appearances and a Sci-Fi Channel movie. The latter has had 2 movies, 2 TV episodes, and a cartoon. However, this could change in the near future. In the commemoration of the character's 50th anniversary, Steve Orlando will write a trilogy of one-shots featuring him, in which he will pair up with the Avengers, Spider-Man, and the X-Men. On the exterior, Man-Thing and Swamp Thing appear to be similar, yet a closer examination reveals that they are quite different. Man-Thing's history and stories are complex and varied as Swamp Thing's, and the character's longevity, despite rare appearances, speaks of his excellence. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.
Hey, what did you do to my butt?